Is this a really important negotiating tactic for Shein? That is the point. Is this a way to pressure the UK regulators to bow and make some concessions in order to finally make this listing that's been going on for about 3 years? That is the thinking, according to this reporting. This could be the final thing that makes the UK regulator kind of want to go down this road. But, you know, I've spoken to sources who say maybe not. You know, is this really what it wants to do? Does it want to bow to this pressure? Does it want Shein to be the poster child for the London Stock Exchange when it is, of course, looking to revive its listings? But does it want Shein to be that company when it's facing so many allegations of labour malpractices and also loads of trade barriers? Is it that appealing?
Karen, but London was the poster child for international listings in the mining sector for about 30 years. With respect, some of the mining ethics over the decades haven't been stellar.
It does have higher ESG thresholds than some of the other stock exchanges. So the thought is that it will face more scrutiny here. But could it be enough to turn around the company, make it improve these practices, make it more desirable for these more sophisticated investors? Of course, it's long sought after by Shein. They do want this London listing. So maybe if the UK continues this pressure, it could be enough to make it kind of transform internally.
This confidential IPO filing, I gather, is a desired effect of getting some flexibility into the system. We keep talking about how this IPO window has been so slim now, and for those that are ready to go when the market seems right, it's the best way to operate instead of having this big public disclosure, whole heap of shareholders on the hook, and then you just have to list with the dates you get, and then, you know, if the market's tanked, then you're stuck with it, right? Yeah. So this could just help sort of speed up the process, I suppose, and allow it to finally get to market. But, you know, there's so many twists and turns in this story. We'll see whether it continues to move ahead.
In terms of the timing in general, I mean, over the last month, we've seen reports come out saying that Shein and Temu have seen a plunge in demand in the United States with the changes to de minimis rules and the tariffs coming into play here. So why list now at all?
Yeah, it's a good question. So some reporting that I've done has suggested that the daily active users for these apps have fallen by 52% for Shein after the closure of this loophole, and 52% for Temu and 25% for Shein. So certainly they've seen that drop off in demand. According to the FT report, Shein hasn't faced so much of a hit because it's continued to have that US consumer base. But you're right in questioning it. It doesn't seem like a very accommodative environment right now for them to list, but I think it's just trying to close the door behind this.